What's up, guys? It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. So, holy crap, this is the final day of the One Big Impact 60-day cruise giveaway challenge. To be honest, in all actuality, this is like just me talking to you, okay? Wow. The successes, the non-scale victories, the questions, the changes in weight, scales, the pictures of food, hearing about your guys' journal entries, watching you guys get active, watching all these things. I'm going to be completely honest, over the last 60 days, I've been pretty overwhelmed. And now that I thought about it, like, I think I was doing so much, like, between training my clients and between healthy living for a healthy life. And I literally thought just a minute ago, I was like, imagine, I'm going through all this, but I don't have any requirements. Nothing is required of me. Keeping up with the requirements is a requirement of me. But it was very challenging for a lot of people. And wow, I'm like really proud of you. And I really want you guys to know that, like, going forward, you really got to keep kind of the same system. Like, if you're enjoying tracking the progress and you're enjoying everything that you're doing, by all means, please continue to do the same things, because if something's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting good successes from posting, and you're doing okay, then keep posting, keep holding your own self accountable. Because drink your damn water. If it's working, just stick with it. Like, seriously. Things work for me. So, for instance, I gotta get my damn workout journal. That just reminds me. It's in the car. Tracking works really well for me. I got off track with tracking for a little bit. Like, to be honest, I don't know if it was like a month. I think it was about a month. And it got really, really bad. Like, I was instinctively training and stuff. But I learned something. Sometimes that break helps you a little bit. Like, the other day I was at the gym and I saw successes as far as I got an amazing back pump for the first time ever since I started my healthy journey. I got an amazing bicep pump. So I have gotten out of the mental groove, but I tapped into a different part of my journey, getting the most out of my exercise. So I know how to exercise. Everyone knows how to lift weights. Eventually, you learn all the machines, and then what? So I figured out, like, how to manipulate my body. I'm not saying, I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood. I am able to feel the mind-muscle connection in certain parts of my body now. And to be honest, that feels really cool to start understanding that process, because I'm always the guy, mind muscle connection, bull crap, or whatever. And that's probably why I am not further on my journey, I guess. So don't tell yourself that something doesn't work or that's nonsense. Always look into it a little bit further, because the further I looked into it, I learned a couple tips and things. For instance, if you're trying to work out your back versus your biceps, say you're doing a seated row and you're sitting here like this. You're sitting here in the seated row and you got your legs up on the clamps. When you pull, if you pull through your hands, like we all do, and you pull through your hands and then go back, your forearms are going to get taxed, your biceps are going to get really tired, and your back's not going to work at all. I mean, it will, but it's not as good as engaging your back and disengaging your forearms and your grip. So a lot of the times, instead of grabbing the bars like this, like you would to ride a bike or motorcycle or whatever, you grab it like this. So you have the bar, for instance, if you can see. Can you see up there? Let me show you. Look up at the bar. So, I know it's a weird location. Normally you would grab it like this, okay? I'm telling you to grab it like this, over. So, by doing that, you actually disengage your mind in pulling through your hands because your hand doesn't feel, in my mind, this is what it's telling me, your hand doesn't feel secure to where you can be the puller of the exercise almost. Because it feels secure wrapped around, but then when you take the thumb out of the equation, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So go slower, and it's telling you it's going to pop out. So it's kind of just a given that it really helps, and you pull through your elbows. So same exercise, everything stays the same, but you're literally pulling through your elbows. Man, you are going to see some stuff that you have not seen before happen to your back. This works for your lats, but specifically for this type of thing that I'm talking about, my mid back on the seated cable row, it was amazing. But that's what you have to remember. I know I kind of went on a rant about that, but that's what you have to remember. You have to constantly be learning, constantly be an open sponge. I don't know everything, and some of what I say is probably not right. Who fucking knows? You know, like, you have to be understanding that there's no one person that's going to be able to know everything. And I am constantly learning. I'm like this giant sponge of defiance and acceptance. I'm defiant to learn, but I'm also very accepting once it happens, and I just fall into it. I should be more open to it, and that's really one thing that I want to pass on to you guys. I want you to open your mind to new and interesting things. Tasha, for instance, Tasha Skinner is doing like a vegan challenge or whatever. I want you guys to know that as you adapt and conquer and learn how your body physically responds to different types of foods, different types of calories, different types of exercise, and things like that, after you know, hey, I'm in charge, and you're working on your self-discipline, and you're cranking out all these really cool positive vibes, and you're exercising all the time, really understand that it's okay to try different things. It's okay to have a cheat meal every once in a while. It's okay if you're on track and you're within a healthy range to go away for a weekend on a vacation and eat whatever the fuck you want, because that's on you. But if you come back and you snap back and you say, hey, I'm going to control this life, I'm going to make sure that I stay healthy, I be the best version of myself, then that's awesome. If you're a traveler, like you go to like 20, 30 countries a year, maybe that's not the right excuse, because you'd probably be traveling more often. But understand, it's all within balance. It's all about understanding the balance of you. So, for instance, for me, I'm a quantity eater, man. I can gain 30 pounds in a week. Like, seriously, I love large quantities of food. It's my fallback. It's not like it's a decadent treat here and there that's this big. No, it's like I want a whole box of that. It's really almost like a gorging thing. It's bad. But that's my problem. And the reason I say that is I just lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to edit this out because I don't have time. So forget it. No, as far as I'm going to put my shades on and I'm going to go find my thoughts. Hold on, let me go backwards. Understanding how your body is manipulated is good, and you need to understand that you can try different things, but just know your own self. So, for instance, mine's large quantity of foods, like I was saying, but it's really important that you know your own weaknesses, because somebody that you see is eating a cheesecake and is not overweight does not mean I can grab that cheesecake and not be overweight. I mean, maybe I could once, but like if I did it the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, I'm going to be worse. If I'm going to be back to where I was, if not worse. The success rate of weight loss and keeping weight off successfully, as far as like a good amount of weight, is pretty bad. It's like 95% of people that do this gain the weight back. You need to understand those statistics. You need to also understand, by working on this stuff, we're working on loving ourselves. We're working on living a longer, healthier life. I mean, think about it. Like, eventually you're going to become immobile, okay? Maybe you're 60 if you're overweight and out of shape. But maybe if you got more muscle tone, your body's not as heavy, your body fat percentage is a little bit lower, then you could probably go to 70 before you start having mobility issues. Or maybe even 80 and 90. You see those people all the time that are 100 plus years old walking around. 104-year-old lady I got tagged in the other day is running a freaking marathon. Like, come on. And she's got world records. Let's get realistic with it. Like, this is something that we need to really focus on. Healthy living for healthy life, being stronger than our excuses, and remembering that we can keep the weight off. We can be healthy. We can, as long as we just open up to new things and say, hey, you know what? How I was then maybe isn't how I am now, but I'm going to conquer this. I'm going to work on my self-discipline. I'm going to really work on creating a new me, because the reality is, like, I'm not the guy I was 10 years ago, and I'm never going to be again, because I think when I eat stuff. That's the biggest thing that I think I could ever say. When I go to eat something, I think. Sometimes I eat it bad. And when I go to the food and I look at the food, I actually stop and I think and I say, you know what, this is a bad idea. And a lot of the times, financially, sometimes it is a mess, because I have literally ordered a pizza and slid it on to the dirt because I was mad at myself for buckling. So it happens. Understand that you just got to wake up and you got to push past it. You can't say, don't be one of those people that says, oh, it was a cheat meal, I screwed up, and then you cheat for the next 12 hours till you go to bed. You just refilled all your fat stores, and you're just, not all of them, but like literally you're getting your fat building process started back again. And we want the opposite. We want to build muscle. We want to build strength. We want to drop weight into a healthy range and things like that, depending on your goals. Obviously, they're going to be a little bit different for everybody, but don't make yourself go in the reverse. I promise you. If you wake up and you're like bloated and you're weighing 5 pounds more, not only do you have the chance of potentially eating bad, but now you're pissed and depressed and sad. Now you've racked into your emotions. Now you're going to go fall the freak apart. That is a reality, okay? So nip it in the butt right when it happens. Snap back out of it. Post for support if you have to. Don't whine, moan, and complain. Just get your shit together, you guys. This is something that we're always going to probably struggle with, but it's cool because we can struggle together at Healthy Living for Healthy Life and on YouTube at One Big Impact. So you guys, if you're new here, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to your channel. Yes, it's your channel. It's not my channel. Please send me the check. No, seriously. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Congratulations to everybody in the challenge. Congratulations to everybody that attempted the challenge and maybe didn't make it, because that's okay. Because you can only fail so many times before you win. Like, you can find all those things that don't work and keep moving forward. Remember to spread love, not hate. You got cheers, little cheers for the challenge. Can I get a little cheers for the challenge? Let's drink our water. That's a lot of water. I'm about to try to drink that. That's going to make me feel up. Let's get these results figured out and see what the fuck's going on in this cruise.